From Today FM Ireland, this is the Ian Dempsey Breakfast Show podcast.
So, the question is, if you were to marry again, would you have married the same person?
Oh. Ian?
Well, no, because I did this at a dinner party the other night where I said, okay, just to stir it up a bit, I said, okay, well, you know...
Are you just some sort of bon vivant in your spare time out of here? Like Stephen Fry?
What, people don't eat, do they not?
No.
Dinner,
people eat, but not necessarily at dinner parties the whole time.
Oh, sorry, okay.
I was watching QI on
QI
the
the night.
Hit the dinner party with some questions I'd seen.
No, but I said... that if you go to our animal basic instinct, that we weren't really meant to just have one partner.
I agree.
So I said that, and then that just got them all going. It was great.
Monogamy
Jared was looking at me.
But that's not quite correct.
Is it not?
Because that's an animal basic instinct, which is using as a premise the idea that we're all hunter savages and that we're trying to populate the world. People would argue now that the world is...
No, there's no purpose to populate the world. It's just basically to have a good time.
The world is overpopulated.
Yeah, I know, but that's if you actually think about it morally.
No, because but that happens biologically then. The brain starts going, the world is overpopulated and need to start cutting down.
Sorry, Mario, I think the natural instinct is dog walking down the street, sees a bitch.
That's a dog.
Sees a bitch, goes, there you go.
But I think we were like that originally, and then we
originally,
all
but
these
now
rules.
we're civilized.
Martin, okay,
so
let's
that's
explain
not
this
true.
then, right? How come since 1945 male sperm count has reduced by 60%?
Well, that's because of the modern way we're living. No
What
question
is it?
about it.
What's the modern
It's
way?
where asthma is developed because since then as well. All these things that never affect.
But male sperm count is down 60%.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's not down in animals. It's not down in animals.
Well, animals maybe aren't overpopulating the world.
Well, it's not a matter of. I think it's a health issue. If your sperm count is low,
Anyway, the U2 album.
Sorry, yeah.
Speaking of sperm count.
Speaking of a lower sperm count.
Speaking
the
of
new
jizz.
U2 album.
Is this live?
It's live, is it?
So the U2 album's out on Friday, and the text reaction we've been getting has been quite negative.
Do you want to have a look at some text?
Yes,
If you
please,
want to
thanks
just
very
read
much.
them out there.
Okay. Watched U2 on BBC last night as
Do you want one more? There you go.
S1, same age. It made me cringe. They looked like old codgers flogging the same crap year after year. Brilliance of Joshua Tree and Boy, long since cast aside for yellow pack rubbish. Bono, when interviewed, starting out too.
Ian, why do you read the texts, the negative texts, like they're not real texts?
No, I know, I can't. I'm just, I can't make it out because it's all these letters,
like
you know.
by a retarded person.
No, I know.
Like you two are really crap.
Far
I
too
can't spell.
Okay.
But if somebody was positive, you'd go, I really liked that U2 album. I thought it was excellent.
Okay, well, maybe I'm just a positive person, okay? Hearing far too much about Bono and U2, he now wears higher heels and makeup to get noticed.
Well,
Kevin.
that's just gratuitous.
That's personal.
Yeah, that's just personal.
Just, you know,
and the end of the last one was personal as well.
Yeah.
But the point is, I suppose, that we are getting a lot of... I think it's got a lot to do with the single, which has kind of, in real terms, flopped in lots of ways because it's only went in number 12. Well, because it wasn't good enough.
But I bet you their album will go in at number 1.
Yeah, probably will.
But
But why wouldn't they when they now own the BBC, pretty much, in their ownership?
But what are they up against? That's another
Lady
question.
Gaga,
That's been around for years.
Bell X1.
In England?
No, not in England.
What are they around? The thing is to check
Kings
out
of Leon.
what's released in England this week, basically.
Oh, I can't.
Shall I go?
Okay, you can talk amongst yourselves there for a second.
You're going to see what's released in England this week. I guess the point is that it's not that the game is up, but it's just that they're not what they used to be.
Yeah, but is it though? Is that
Yes,
the
it
people?
is.
No, but is it that the people who are negative are just very vocal?
They are, yeah.
No, I hear this all the time.
Because they're
Sorry,
so
hold on a minute.
big.
Neil
But they are always vocal.
Delamere was in studio today, and if anyone wanted to give out about Neil Delamere,
Yeah, I'm sorry, but people don't care about Neil Delamere the way people care about
Yeah,
you two.
that's true.
Yeah, but the point
And
is,
he's not as big as you two.
The difference is that this time around, people are commenting on an album and what they're hearing. They're not commenting on the fact that Bono is off shiting on about some G8, G7, whatever it is, and people feel obliged to give out about that, right? And as far as I'm concerned, he can do all that, and fair play to him. But when it comes down to the album, all people are talking about now is the album, and the album isn't good enough.
But who's heard the album really yet?
Well, they've been hearing it all week.
A couple
and
of
the reaction
tracks,
is not
yeah,
good.
but like...
No, they've heard 5 or 6 tracks since Tony Fenton show.
Yeah, but to hear an album, you have to listen to it like 10 times to really get... You can't just go... And people are sending negative texts after the first verse of a song or something.
Okay,
people are sending negative text if you say, after the break, you too.
No, they're not.
That's crap. That's crap.
That's a complete made up statement there. The text, and I'm the one who sees the text coming in, are in reaction to what they're hearing. It's not a case of, oh, you two are crap before they even hear the song. At the end of the day, I mean, I was told 3 weeks ago, sexy boots or whatever it's called will grow on you. It hasn't grown on me. That's a personal choice for me. But it seems to be the feelings of an awful lot of people who text in. That's why. That's why I'm vocal about it.
It's a kind of a cold song,
and we pay homage. We give them kudos all the time. They shouldn't just get kudos because they're U2 and because they're Irish and we're proud of them. It should be because they produce good music. And I think the Bell X1 album is way ahead of what U2 have done. Two full guys. I think
the annoying thing about U2 is that they're going off doing their 5 nights in the States on Letterman, going BBC, Brits, all that. Yeah. And what are they doing in Ireland? Nothing.
Dave Fanning.
But
Do you not think that they've gotten so big that they can basically put out any CD and sell and go to number one?
I think.
Putting out any old muck.
I agree with you. But I think what's going to happen this time is they're going to realise they're not as big as they thought they actually were.
But if that were the
going
case,
in at number 10,
Ciara, I mean, bands like R.E.M. will have just done that in perpetuity, and basically the public do actually reject your music ultimately if they don't like it anymore.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's what's happening now.
Maybe, yeah.
As Jimmy Rabbit Sr. said in The Commitments, I bet you two are shitting themselves because of what we got to say about them.
Absolutely.
They don't care.
I agree.
I mean, that you can just take that. That's an argument that just goes like, well, does anybody care about anything? Yeah.
From Today FM Ireland, this is the Ian Dempsey Breakfast Show podcast.